This tutorial will be on making a shirt. I will do everything from the opacity map to the color map to the details on it. This is mainly to cover making beginner folds and highlighting and shadows, and I will explain everything. This tutorial is going to be mostly for beginners. I am not going to use white and black for shading and stuff. I'm going to use the dodge tool and the burn tool, and I will use fold layers, but they will be the color of the top, but a darker and a lighter color instead of white and black. I feel you should start out with using colors until you're more familiar with using black and white and changing the opacity and the layering options and stuff like that. So what I've done first is I put the MCG and I have the opacity down so that I can see where the red parts are. I always do that with all my maps so that it will not get rated to AP, and I suggest you would do the same. Some people like to start with black and then take away from that, but I don't do that. You want to start with grabbing your elliptical marquee tool. Usually it'll be the rectangle, so you just want to right click it and then you go to the elliptical. And, well, I'm actually going to show you an easier way. Take white, make all of this white, and if you want a long sleeve top you would make this part white too, but I'm not going to do the sleeves. I might do short sleeves, but this is mainly just to show you how to do the texture on the shirt and everything. Okay, make a layer underneath your white layer, make that layer black, hide it for now, and then see, I don't usually do it this way. I don't like doing it this way, but I think it will be easier. You want to make your opacity on your white lower to like a 56. And then you take your elliptical marquee tool. You make however big of an opening you want on the shirt. I'm just going to put it there. And you make it black. And I guess you don't need this on a new layer, but I always work in layers. I find it easier. Okay, now you want to... Well, you basically have your opacity map done. I'm not really going to make an extremely detailed opacity map. This is mainly just to show you how to do textures anyways. So I'm going to remove the MCG because I'm done using that. Change the white down a little bit. You're going to make your color of whatever color you want the shirt to be. It doesn't really matter, and actually I am going to have to bring this layer down so that it recognizes it as just that. Okay, I'm just going to make it a pink color. Oh, and you should save your opacity map before you put your color in. And actually I'm going to do that because I am going to end up previewing this when we're done so that you can see what it makes. I got my layer mixed up again. Okay, it's back on the black. Alright, you're going to want to also make this black as well, if it's not already. Oops, that's pink. Black. Alright, and I'm just going to get rid of the sleeves. But you can make sleeves if you want. It's very simple. Just going to save it. Alright, there. Finally got it back. Make it the pink color. Alright. Bring your opacity down, and this is going to be where you're going to start doing your detailing. First you're going to take your dodge tool, bring it up to You want it like approximately the size of a boob, like right here. I usually would use highlights. As I said, I don't do this method anymore. Oh, and you're going to want your exposure rating. You can like play around with it. It will make it either more extreme of an effect or faded more. You're always going to want your brush tool to hardness to 0 too. And just try and get it like as even as possible. That's alright. And you can like play around with the options, make it a little brighter in some places. Alright, that's too bright. My exposure rating is too much. I'm just going to leave it like that for the sake of the limit time, whatever, for YouTube tutorials. Okay, the burn tool, you're going to want to have it set to midtones. And, you know, you just right click here and you have your dodge, burn, and sponge tool. You probably won't ever use the sponge tool. I don't think I ever have. So you go to the burn tool. You make it whatever size you want, like around there's good for me. I use midtones, and the exposure, I see all these settings are messed up because this is a new Photoshop for me because I got a new laptop. But you want to like go under the boob area, and that would be like where the shadow would be. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, see, that's too much. Alright. I'm going to try the exposure down more. And you can also blend it, and I'll like show you how to do that in a minute. Alright, and the reason why I'm working with the map is because the map shows you exactly where the boob area is. Okay, now in order to blend it, you just go to this one, and you right click and you go to smudge tool. Make it like whatever size setting you want. And you just like briefly smudge them a little bit, and then you can like move this up to blend it in more. I can tell right now this is not going to be a perfect tutorial, but it'll show you the basics of it. You can also use the blur tool, and what that'll do is that'll blend it by like smudging it a little bit too. Like this. And then you pretty much have your boobs. Mine are a little lopsided, but that's okay. This is just for a tutorial. Doesn't need to be perfect. Alright, now for making your folds, it's very easy. Make a new layer. You want to get it pretty small. I'm just going to use like 5. You want to take, first make your opacity 100. Take a darker color of your base color and a lighter color of your base color. The lighter is going to be the highlight, and the darker is going to be the shadow. It's going to make your folds. So you go to your new layer. You now really don't have to like change the opacity to see your wire map anymore if you know like the basics of where the belly is and stuff. So you make the top part. You want to try and get it. Oops. Why isn't it zooming? It's not letting me zoom. Okay, whatever. It's not gonna let me zoom. I think I can, yeah, like there. Okay, you want to have it zoomed in so you can see like what you're doing, and you want to have these like as close to get. Oh, damn! I said under dissolve. Oh, that's why.